be demonstrating how to bind off for your 2 at a time toe-up socks. So here my little sample socks are as high or as good as they're going to get. So what I'm going to do is bind off the instep stitches of sock number 1 here. You can use any bind off that you like. I prefer to do Elizabeth Zimmerman's sewn bind off. If you want to see a closer view of how to do that, just go and access my sewn bind off video. But all I'm going to do is bind off the stitches on the instep of sock 1 until I have 1 stitch left on sock number 1. So here I have bound off all of my instep stitches except for 1. And normally if you were just doing 1 sock at a time, you would then continue, but you can see, how do I bind this off and then bind off the stitches on sock 2? So what I like to do is I take a little stitch marker and I am going to just capture that last stitch that needs to be bound off and just hold it while I go ahead and bind off all of the stitches, the instep and the heel stitches, or the entire leg stitches you could say, for sock number 2, and then we'll come back and deal with that 1 remaining stitch. Here I am at my last stitch to bind off on the 2nd sock, so I'll take that one off of the needle and it's ready to go. So I'm returning back to sock number 1, which has this stitch here that has been waiting, that we did from the front of the leg, and we're going to pop that on to the needle, the second half of the stitches. And then I'm just going to take my threaded needle and continue with my sewn bind off. And once I continue to bind off all these stitches, then I will have 2 socks complete. Happy knitting!